Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, not too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, not too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, not too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. Shifting words, fell in love, and now I'm left with wanting. It's haunting. The poison lips, sinking ships, leaving me in the ocean, and I'm drowned with the tide. Giving in like a death by 1,000 concessions. Your confession. You never loved me for who I am, just what you wanted from me. Talking like strangers, wrapped in a anger. It's going down. We'll end up back, yeah, sooner or later. What comes around goes around. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, not too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. There's nowhere left to hide. There's nowhere left to hide. From head to my toes, I can feel it in my bones. When I take it down, I know I'm never letting go. When I think I regret, make you want me to forget. Every night I'm making love is meaningless sex. Now my heart is in the palm of your hand, your satisfaction. Wanna quit fucking, now you're looking for some action. Better run quick or just quit, chasing what you're after. Talking like strangers, wrapped in anger. It's going down. We'll end up back, yeah, sooner or later. What comes around goes around. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, not too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, not too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching.
You do not have to trust her to love her. That is a myth. Female haters want to fuck me.
Repeat after me. Flush your condoms.
And male haters want to beat me. It's that simple.
Wait a minute. You actually thought you were the only guy she was fucking?
But she told me she loved me.
Live from Philadelphia, your man, Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 437th episode of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. It is Monday, April 15th, 2019. Today is the deadline for your taxes. Fellas, get your taxes done. The IRS doesn't play. Neither, apparently, does Russell Wilson. He's given the Seattle Seahawks until midnight to sign him to a new deal. And watch out for these tax-rich hood rats, right? Listen, we're going to get a lot of these hood rats who get those $8, $9, $10,000 tax checks. They're going to be out here financing Mercedes Benzes, then naming their kids Mercedes, buying a bunch of clothes and shit. Watch out for those bitches. Listen, they're going to be stunting on Facebook. They're going to be stunting on Twitter. Just understand that there are a lot of these hood rats, all of a sudden, they're going to be flashing that cash and flashing ass because they got a little something. Listen, this is how it is every single April, so be careful and watch out for that. We are multicasting live again. We are doing the multicast thing to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So however you are watching or listening, thanks for making the Sharpe Reality a part of your day. Guys, again, I appreciate each and every one of my viewers. And listen, guys, I really do. That really does come from the heart. You guys are the reason that I'm able to do what I love to do. And I take not a single one of you guys for granted by any stretch of the imagination. And I mean that sincerely. So I thank you very, very much. I really, really, really do. If you want to comment on today's show, or if you have a question or comment, after the first segment, you can dial 914-205-5356, 914-205-5356. The number is on your screen. I will be opening up the phone lines after the first break. Later on in the show, I'm going to be breaking down another video sent in by my man BK from the Rockies. This one is from from a show called Second Chance. I've never seen it before, but when BK from the Rockies sent me the video, I knew that I had to check it out and break it down. This is actually an episode where a female hires another female to seduce her boyfriend, and it blows up in her face. And there's sort of a twist toward the end. It's fucking funny as shit. I'm also going to have Texas Dom of the 21 Convention Patriarch Edition. He's a 21 Convention speaker alum. He's going to be joining me at 2 Eastern. That's going to be 1 p.m. Texas time. Texas Dom is obviously from Texas. I'm also going to be talking about fake female qualities, what they could mean versus what they probably mean. I'm going to discuss the mommy issue myth. But we're going to start with another false rape accusation. So yesterday, I was watching an episode of E60. And this E60 actually aired last May of 2018 is when the story aired. And it's about a shot putter, a female shot putter by the name of Bailey Gibson. She's from Casper, Wyoming, which of course is the home of former Vice President Dick Cheney. Anyway, Bailey Gibson, she set a bunch of high school records for shot putting. And because of that, it earned her a scholarship at the University of Arizona. Well, when she got to the University of Arizona, she started a sexual relationship with her shot put coach. Okay? Now, a lot of shit happens here. Years later, after she starts this relationship, shit goes completely sideways. Craig Carter, who was her coach, loses his shit, puts a box cutter to her throat, threatens to kill her, threatens to kill himself, threatens her family, and all the rest of that. Well, Craig Carter later got sentenced to 5 years. And let's get this straight before we get any of this started. The story that I'm about to break down and show you on video here, and again, these are just little clips that I just recorded with my camera phone. He absolutely should be in jail. He threatened to kill her. He threatened to kill her family. He acted erratically. The long and the short of this relationship is that he caught one-itis. She tried to end it, and he couldn't handle it. Period. We see this all the time. The reason why this particular story caught my attention is because the girl, Bailey, accused him of sexual assault. She accused him of rape. She accused him of raping her for 3 years. And that's how the E60 piece started. They're characterizing this entire relationship as a rape. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on your screen now. I'm going to go ahead and start the video, and we're going to break it down. Here we go.
Bailey, then 20 years old, says she became intoxicated at a party. As the throwers were encouraged to do, she called her coach for a ride back to the team.
Okay, already, she became intoxicated at a party, right? So they throw that in there right at the beginning. Girl gets drunk at a party. And again, this is a false rape accusation. And as we all know, a lot of false rape accusations start with, I got drunk at a party, or I got drunk at a bar, or I got drunk at a concert. Sweetheart, rape is wrong. There's no question about it. And rape is binary. Either it happened or it did not. But by the same token, females have to take personal responsibility for their safety. If I lock my bike up in a bad part of town, I can't be surprised if somebody steals it. If women put themselves in vulnerable positions, they are going to be taken advantage of. Again, that doesn't make it right if indeed the sex was non-consensual, but you have to be responsible for yourself. This is why females continue to put themselves in these situations, because they're not being held accountable. Here we go.
Hotel. She says she doesn't remember what happened next.
Oh, here we go. She doesn't remember what happened next. So already, she is removing herself from personal responsibility.
But says the following day, Carter showed her pictures he'd taken in the car. What were the pictures?
Of me naked, me, him doing stuff to me.
Doing stuff to me. Notice how she used the doing stuff to me part, right? The doing stuff to me part, again, this insinuates that she doesn't consent to this. She didn't say we're doing stuff together. She is doing stuff to me.
Out, and it was going to be bad.
She says Carter then threatened her.
Wait a minute, hold on. I skipped ahead. Give me a second here.
Me, him doing stuff to me. It was just instantly like, I wanted to throw up. Like, how could I do that? How does he have that?
How could I do that? You were drunk and you wanted to bang him, sweetie. That's how. That's how. And again, she's trying to make it seem like, oh my God, how could he do this to me? How could this happen? You were drunk. You wanted to bang your coach. He banged you. That's how this happened.
Oh, how did that happen?
Bailey says she was too drunk to consent.
There we go. Again, removing herself from personal responsibility. Too drunk to consent. I don't remember what happened, and I was too drunk to consent.
That Carter sexually assaulted her.
There we go. That Carter sexually assaulted her. Sexual assault is such a nebulous term. She didn't say rape. See, they don't use the word rape anymore because rape is binary, right? Either rape happened or it didn't. If a female tries to stop a man from fucking her and he fucks her anyway, he has committed the crime of rape. But sexual assault has so many different meanings now. He touched my ass. He grazed my ass. He said something lewd to me. He made an off-color joke. Oh my God, sexual assault. He approached me on a college campus. Sexual assault. They call it sexual assault to make sure that the definition is as broad as possible, so that they can get everything in. And by the way, guys, it's storming out here in Philly. So if my internet connection goes bad or if I lose power, that's why. Let's continue.
And threatened her if she told anyone about what happened.
He was going to post all of the pictures online so everyone could see what a whore I was.
He said he was going to... See, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. He said he was going to post all the pictures online, right? So again, she's making... And again, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened because I wasn't there. But I know what didn't happen. He did not tell you that he was going to post all the pictures online. Why? Because rape didn't occur, guys. That's what this is. Sharpe Assist says sexual assault equals regret. Yeah, that's what this means.
He just said that I would lose my scholarship and I
Bullshit. He didn't say that.
would have all these pictures out and...
Look at her body language. Again, she's nodding her head back and forth, blah, 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 blah. Guys, she's lying. And we can tell she's lying. Motorcycle Harry in the second chat says she's got a pretty hot, nice face. No, she doesn't. Fat chicks don't have pretty faces. Saying a fat chick has a pretty face is like driving a Ferrari that has a bumper sticker on there. Get out of here with this. Well, she might be fat, but she's got a hot face. Dude, fuck that. I don't care how, quote, beautiful your face is. I ain't fucking fat chicks, and neither should you. Let's continue.
It was going to be bad.
She says Carter then threatened her with physical harm if she didn't submit to his demands.
Again, I don't believe that either. He didn't threaten physical harm if she didn't submit to his demands. She submitted to his demands because she wanted to fuck him. Listen to what happens next.
So she began meeting him regularly for sex.
Either you don't meet me regularly for sex or I'm going to beat you up. This chick is what, 250 pounds? Right? 250 pounds. But you let someone threaten you physically. Okay, you threaten me physically, so I'm going to come and fuck you in your office.
In his office and the team room at the track and field training center. Did you tell anyone?
Because if I did, then something would happen.
Yeah, something would happen, like people would find out that you are fucking your coach. Right? Listen to her excuse.
Either to me, my family, or I would be shamed.
Oh, that you would be shamed. Listen, girls go on slut walks. They proudly proclaim that they are sluts, but they don't want to be slut shamed. Fuck out of here with that.
That's what he said.
No, that's not what he said. You can tell she's lying. Yep, that's what he said. No, sweetie, you don't believe that. Check it out.
What's going through your mind as you're getting involved even deeper with this coach?
I don't want to do this.
No. Again, listen, look at her face. I don't want to do this. No. Just watch.
I don't want to do this. I don't want any part of it.
She's smiling.
I just
guys.
knew that it just killed me inside every time.
Again, that's bullshit. It didn't kill you inside every time. You wanted to fuck him. You fucked him for 3 years.
But I had to do that. I didn't want it anymore. But I didn't know how to get away.
Oh, but she figured this out a little bit later on. She didn't know how to get away, but she figured out how to get away later, right?
Craig, this is Carter.
Portraying me to be this guy that raped this girl for 3 years when all along it was consensual.
Are you denying that you sexually assaulted her?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, see, there we go. There we go. The guy says, listen, man, I'm guilty of threatening her and doing all this other kind of stuff, but I didn't rape her. Like, she came and she fucked me. Now listen to this shit.
Carter says Bailey sent him several pictures and videos of herself naked.
Oh, really? So he rapes you, then you're sending him videos and pictures of yourself naked. Did he threaten to beat you up if you didn't do that too?
And we reviewed several texts and emails she sent him with intimate language. Like this one. I don't want to end this with you.
Boy.
And I love you.
Boy.
I do. Our relationship is hard.
Bingo! There it is. We all remember the Tiffany Thompson, Zeke Elliott thing. Tiffany Thompson sent text messages to her best friend. Yeah, we're going to fake this thing. I'm going to falsely accuse Zeke Elliott of raping me. Zeke Elliott was still suspended for 6 games. Here she is. I don't want to end this with you. I love you. I do. Our relationship is hard. Yet, here she sits. He raped me for 3 years. Listen to this shit.
There were texts from you and communications from you that would indicate it was a consensual relationship.
If you can't say it's consensual when he's threatening you to do it, I mean, I'd have to say certain things like, I love you, or I have to do all these, like...
Oh my God. Oh my God. She didn't even answer the question. She actually tried to answer a question with a question that it turned into a statement. If he's threatening you to make it consensual, no. The reason why you sent him videos and pictures, the reason why you told him you loved him, the reason why you told him your relationship was hard is because the relationship and the sex was consensual. That's what this comes down to. He did not rape this chick.
I would have to meet him whenever he would like. If
I would have to meet him whenever he would like. Yeah, she liked it like that.
I didn't, he would get mad.
Bailey says she continued to have sex with Carter for nearly 3 years.
Bingo! There it is. She continued to have sex with Carter for nearly 3 years. Guys, this is a 3-year relationship. That's what it comes down to.
And that her injury-filled career was further derailed by a coach who crossed the line.
Okay, why would her injury... What does your shot putting career have to do with a sexual relationship? The reason why you weren't injured... Well, I don't know. I guess she could have been injured during sex if they were into some kinky, crazy, rough shit. But again, she's blaming her lack of success in the shot put industry on her coach who, quote, took it too far. Fuck out of here with that.
Everything about me was totally changed. I hated myself. I didn't look at myself the same.
Oh, please, give me a break.
I felt like I let everybody down.
Oh, give me a fucking break. The fuck?
And I should never have felt like that.
Oh, my God.
Did you see any red flags, Bernie?
She's coming home a bunch.
She's any red flags? Yeah, she's coming home a bunch. What does her coming home a bunch have to do with anything? She's from Wyoming. She went to the University of Arizona. Those are 2 different worlds. That's probably why she came home a lot. If you're being raped at school and you come home a bunch, that's not a sign.
More than what she should be. But we didn't catch the signals right.
Didn't catch the signals right away because there were no signals. She wasn't being raped. This was a consensual sexual relationship. That's why Dad didn't see the signs.
Off at all. It's just a...
You can tell Dad doesn't buy this. You can tell he doesn't buy it. Now he's got to push the tears. Go on, Dad. Push out the tears. You're on TV. Yep, there you go. I get it.
Bailey says her track coaches and teammates also remained unaware she and Carter were having sex.
Yes, because the relationship was forbidden according to NCAA rules. He stood to get fired, and I don't know what the NCAA... Listen, I don't know if they punished the athlete for fucking a member of the staff. Well, you know what? I've never heard of a female athlete get in trouble for fucking somebody on the staff. A male athlete fucking a female student? I think the female student could probably walk away because they'll say, well, he seduced her. He manipulated her. He raped her. Get the fuck out of here.
But that changed in the fall of 2013.
Oh?
According to court records, that's when a track and field staffer told school officials she observed facts indicative of Craig Carter and Bailey having sexual intercourse in Mr. Carter's office.
And she probably heard them. She probably heard her howling or mooing like a cow. I mean, dude, these are some big fucking people. If they're fucking in the office, somebody's going to hear it. I love how they say observed facts indicative of Craig Carter and Bailey having sexual intercourse in Mr. Carter's office on at least 3 occasions. Yeah, she heard Bailey getting fucked by the coach on at least 3 different occasions. That's what that was.
On at least 3 occasions. Carter was called into a meeting with his head coach, Fred Harvey, and athletic director, April 20th, 2015.
Here we go.
In Tucson, Arizona. And a dark secret was about to come to light.
Dark secret.
Less than a month from graduation, Bailey Gibson, the former All-American thrower, decided to tell her coach, Craig Carter, she never loved him and would no longer have sex with him. But before confronting her coach, she says, she decided to finally tell someone else what she'd been hiding for nearly 3 years.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, she decided. See, here's the thing. So she wants to end the relationship with the coach. Now, all of a sudden, she can find the strength to escape the rape. But interestingly enough, she decided to go to someone else. And you'll see who that someone else is. The reason why she decided to go to someone else, gentlemen, is so that she can then accuse him of rape. Right? She was going to tell someone else, hey, listen, I've been fucking my coach, but it was non-consensual. And because we know that hashtag listen and believe is in full effect, she knows this as well as anybody else does. That's why she decided to tell someone else before she told the coach. She beat him to the punch. If she goes and tells coach, right, then coach goes crazy. She doesn't have a leg to stand on. Then if she comes out with, well, I was raped, so they're going to say, well, why didn't you tell anybody? See, she thought this through. So right before she goes and ends the relationship with Craig Carter, all of a sudden now she wants to go and tell someone else. This was to cover her ass and to make everyone think that she fucked this guy for 3 years, but he raped her. This wasn't something I wanted.
Her roommate, Julie Labonte.
I was in shock. I was so mad. I'm her best friend, and I lived with her, and, I didn't see those signs.
You didn't see the signs because he did not rape her, gentlemen. This is what, again, John Barr calls her out. This looks like a consensual sexual relationship, right? This was a consensual sexual relationship. She had a bullshit answer. Okay? Now, again, listen. Again, I'm going to make this clear. Carter should absolutely be in jail. If you guys, listen, this was all just, amateur video clips or whatever. I just took my phone and recorded it. Okay? He should absolutely be in jail, no doubt about it. When you hear the shocking details of the case, you'll know that he should be in jail. But this is another case of a female making a bad decision. She made a bad decision to start fucking to start fucking someone she shouldn't have started fucking, then passing it off as being raped 3 years later. That's 100% fucking bullshit. Dudes don't rape fat chicks, and men with status don't rape women. ESPN giving credence to this rape allegation just proves once again that they are as much a part of the gynocentric culture as any other media outlet out there. Okay? Now, ESPN had actually done pretty well for a little bit. They made some changes to try to get away from this feminism thing. Right? They fired John Skipper, they fired the president, John Skipper, and hired James Pitaro back in March of 2018. James Pitaro came in and made sweeping changes. fired Jamel Hill, who is always running off at the mouth about social justice warrior politics. Jamel Hill also encouraged viewers to boycott NFL sponsors. Why is this dumb as fuck? Because ESPN, her employer, has a contract with the NFL for Monday Night Football. Jamel Hill stayed out of pocket. She got SportsCenter at 6 o'clock. They called it the 6. She got that taken off the air because of her bullshit shenanigans and so on and so forth. Listen, typical angry black female feminist. That's how this is. Now, Hill had been protected by the Disney CEO, Bob Iger, but Pitaro got rid of her immediately. Pitaro also took Michelle Beadle off of Get Up after the whole Urban Meyer punishment came down. Open your ears and listen, white men. That was it. Pitaro had enough. He got rid of her, and now now she does NBA Countdown with a bunch of NBA guys. She was out. Mike Greenberg was in. Pitaro then came out and said, you know what? We're not going to be a political network, and he talked about those changes. But it is clear that allowing this E60 piece to run just a few months after he replaced Skipper, that it's business as usual at ESPN. And what is business as usual at ESPN? This is insulting and berating its customer base. Men between the ages of 18 and, 40, 45, maybe even a little bit older. Unbelievable. Listen, this shouldn't surprise me, okay? It didn't surprise me. It didn't shock me, but this is what it is. You think ESPN is gonna turn the corner? Nope. I guess they never did. I guess that was just window dressing when they got rid of John Skipper. After the break, I'm going to tell you guys why there is no such thing as mommy issues. And again, at the top of the hour, I'm going to be joined by Texas Dom. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Really want to start becoming attractive to black men again. And because I know this knowledge I'm about to drop on you is legit, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys in advance, you're welcome. Now, I know that most of y'all aren't going to listen. I know most of you guys will laugh, okay? And you'll tell your little friends, can you believe this Uncle Tom white worshiping coon ass nigga? And you all will laugh and have a good time, and y'all got jokes. But when you go to bed tonight alone again, because your fuck nigga spending the night with his baby mama again, and the dude you fucked on Tinder last weekend ain't texting you back, and you're wondering how you're going to find a man to take care of you and your 4 snot-nosed, disrespectful ass kids, the joke's on you because I'm solid. I'm winning. Okay? I ain't got no kids. All right? Listen, I got a white girl who takes good care of my ass, and life is great. Straight up. My life certainly isn't without its challenges, but I'm winning. I live a good life. So whatever lies you women have to tell yourselves to sleep at night, like, ooh, Donovan, I bet there's something else. Nah, man. Like, no, I'm straight. I'm solid. My life is great. My life is solid. Listen, man, I've done paid my price. I've done gone through all my trials and tribulations. I worked very hard to get where I am, and now life is good. I'm Gucci. Y'all ain't got to worry about me. So if you guys want to sit there and tell them lies to yourself, you can lie. You can tell yourselves whatever you want, ladies. You can keep my name out your mouth because I'm doing good. I'm good to go. Yeah, obviously I've been through some tough shit, but it didn't change until I started being honest with myself and made the changes I knew were necessary to change my life. And if y'all don't start doing the same, you're going to wake up at 37, still alone, complaining about what you don't have and blaming everyone and anyone but yourselves. Now, I'm going to warn you ladies up front. This shit's going to piss you off. I'm not sugarcoating, ladies, I'm not sugarcoating shit. All right? No, you won't like my tone, but I don't give a shit. The truth isn't supposed to be comfortable. And if you take it seriously, if you take it seriously, if you divorce your feelings and avoid dismissing what I have to tell you because you don't like how I said it, you'll be doing yourself a favor. So here we go. And we're going to start with the superficial physical stuff first. Yes, we as men are superficial, and yes, we're shallow. So listen the fuck up and get ready for some tough love here. Number 1, be feminine. Look, y'all, the number 1 reason we don't fuck with y'all anymore is because you try to act like men. I said try to act like men. You don't actually pull it off. You just talk about it all the time. Ladies, being loud and bitchy doesn't make you strong. And even if it did, that's not the kind of strength we want. I would strongly advise you to go back and watch episode 113 and then head over to negromanosphere.com and read my article entitled Male Strength versus Female Strength, and you'll fully understand what kind of strength is attractive to men. And as a favor, I will link both of those in the description. Number 2, ladies, start sucking dick. Like, on the real, listen, and don't be that bitch who writes in and says, I suck dick all the time, because you know damn well you don't. The stereotype that black women don't suck dick is absolutely true. Of all races of women, black women suck dick at the lowest percentage, and everybody knows it. Listen, man, I fucked with women of all races. Yes, I've had black women suck my dick, but as many black chicks as I have fucked with as compared to the white girls, Hispanic girls, etc., guess what? Y'all don't be sucking dick at that high percentage. Y'all don't. The HBO show, dude, my girl's a white girl and she loves the show Insecure, literally confirms that stereotype. And you guys know the scene I'm talking about. Issa and her friends are standing around at this party talking about how blowjobs are degrading and gross and this and that. And at the end of that episode, okay, her boy toy Daniel blew his load in Issa's face and she got mad and left because she thought he was somehow trying to disrespect her. But the one friend who actually embraced sucking dick, surprise, surprise, she was the one who was engaged to be married. And she straight up told them that that's one of the reasons. That's probably one of the most red pill moments in that show. Honestly, 5 of the most red pill minutes on television. Ladies, don't be scared of the dick. Listen, I promise you, the dick is your friend. The dick wants to be your friend. You want more respect from men? You want more respect? Suck dick. Y'all think sucking dick is a weakness, and that's the dumbass mentality that you guys have. Listen, if you don't listen to anything I'm telling you today and dismiss everything else, at least make this change. Listen, if you start sucking dick, that alone will increase your value. Okay, listen, you'd be surprised at how many niggas actually stick around if you're giving them blowjobs. Suck dick, ladies. Trust me on this one. Number 3, lose weight. Lose that fucking weight, man. Everybody knows men don't want fat women. Black men included. And these niggas out here telling you they want a woman who's thick or big boned or curvy, they're lying to you and you know it. Yeah, you'll run into a chubby chaser every once in a while who will fuck you because he's in a slump, but he doesn't stick around because men don't want to be with fat women. Quit making excuses, get your ass in the gym, and put down the fucking cheeseburgers. Listen, there's no such thing as a woman who is big and beautiful. Stop lying to yourselves. Men aren't turned on by fat rolls and you know it. Lose the fucking weight.
Episode of TSR Live with Donovan Sharpe. It is good to have you guys in on a Monday. Follow, add, and like me on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Donovan Sharpe. I may be coming back to Instagram here in the not-too-distant future, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe to my newsletter to stay in the know on all things Donovan Sharpe. If I lose my channel, which, just given the... Given my topic fodder, that is highly likely, I'm not going to stop broadcasting. I've got 100 different options, and not all of them are YouTube. A lot of you guys know what they are. Either way, I'm not going to stop broadcasting, but if you're not on my email list, you will not know where to find me. So hit my website, donovansharpe.com, and get on my email list. Not going to blow up your inbox, guys. I'll shoot you an email when it's important, but I'm not one to bug you every day over useless bullshit. Big thanks goes out to I'm Hotep Hook with a $10 super chat. He says, in a parallel universe, Donovan, you would be a mathematician because you break female nature down like a polynomial equation. Hashtag salute. Dude, I haven't done polynomial since I was like a freshman in high school. Taking it way back. Big thanks to Whiskey to Don with the $2 super chat. Appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate the support. Charles Merchant is in the house. Shout out to the TSR jury, the TSR bailiffs, the mod squad, hashtag mod squad, is in the house. Now, I've been told that the rumbling outside is not a thunderstorm. I actually thought it was a thunderstorm because this area had a tornado come through it. Like, just across the bridge in Camden, New Jersey, we had like 30 some odd families displaced because tornadoes are, ripped off the, roofs of their house. Dude, Devin and I slept right through it. We woke up, it's, the birds are singing, beautiful, everything outside. So I thought that the storms were coming back, but apparently it's just our apartment towers, or they're completely renovating the pool area. They're ripping up all the cement and doing all that stuff. And so that's what that noise is. Good to have you guys in today. Again, on a Monday. Hope you guys all had a good weekend. Tiger Woods won the Masters, which was unfucking believable. I'm kicking myself because I didn't watch that. I'm going to have to make sure I watch that. And, of course, Russell Wilson has given the Seattle Seahawks a hard deadline to re-sign him to the deal that he wants. I guess that's the extent of my sports talk. Okay, let us now talk about the myth of mommy issues. The mommy issue myth. Again, we've got Texas Dom coming up here at the top of the hour in roughly 20 minutes. 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Texas time. That's Central Standard Time, so stay tuned for him. Very interesting guest. Gentlemen, females like to create male equivalents to female faults and frailties to, I guess, more or less deflect their inherent flaws. Now, they do this to try to make themselves look better. They do this to try to sleep at night. Whatever the case may be, they always do this. Here's the best example. Fuckboys, right? They use the word fuckboys to try to equate it to a female slut, okay? They try to equalize it. Now, here's the thing. Females no longer ask the question, well, why are sluts admonished and studs admired? The reason they don't ask it is because they know why. Females know that being a slut is easy. They know being a stud is hard. I've talked about this ad nauseum throughout my time here on the air. Anyway, another male equivalent that females have successfully coined is the concept of mommy issues, right? They, of course, created that to counter daddy issues. Now, back in the day, I don't know, as recently as maybe 5-10 years ago, the scarlet letter of a man used to be, he's a mama's boy. Well, here's the problem. Men don't really take offense to, men who are mama's boys, they don't really take offense to that anymore, right? They actually take pride in it. Yeah, I'm a mama's boy. Listen, that might be another episode for another time. I might have Steve the Dean talking about that. But mama's boy and mommy issues, they're not the same thing. Guess what? Guess what else isn't the same thing? Mommy issues are not the same thing as daddy issues. We all know that daddy issues means a damaged female. We know that's what it means. We know that females who have daddy issues, they are severely damaged, often beyond repair. Amy had daddy issues big time. Amy, in the worst heartbreak of my life. You guys can go check that out. Red Pill Origins Volume 2. Her father was in and out of prison. She sought out the company from older men to compensate for that. And of course, listen, females with daddy issues, they seek male approval through men with sex. Females know daddy issues are real. They know this. Mama's boys are simply dudes who didn't stop sucking their mama's titty when they were born. They just didn't stop, right? They still live with their moms. They check in with their moms, mom this, mom that. They're mama's boys. Yes, that's weak, and no woman is really attracted to a mama's boy unless she's like 50. But that ain't the same as daddy issues. You can recover from being a mama's boy, but you cannot recover from daddy issues. Testing. Can you guys hear me on the air? I'm getting notice that you guys can't hear me. But I think no, I'm looking at my bar and it looks like everything is good. Anyway. So females predictably created mommy issues to make the lack of a mother's love and protection equal to a father's lack of love and protection. They want to think that moms are as important or more important than dads, and we all know that's simply not true. Right? Females want to say, look at that guy. He treats females poorly. He must have mommy issues. Look at that guy. He's mad at females. He must have mommy issues. Look at that guy. He has absolutely no problem talking about his own mother. He must have mommy issues. No, he treats females like shit because females don't know how to act when they're treated like ladies. Sluts, the reason why sluts treat you worse when they treat you better, the reason why the better you treat a slut, the worse she treats you, is because deep down inside, a slut knows that she's not worthy of being treated like a lady. She is subconsciously punishing you for not being able to decipher the difference between a woman deserving of your time, love, and affection and a woman who is just deserving of your cock. A slut will punish you with the fury of 1,000 suns for not recognizing that she doesn't deserve to be treated like a lady. This is the answer to the question, gentlemen. Well, why is it the worse, the better I treat her, the worse she treats me? Because she's a slut, and sluts don't know how to act when they get treated like ladies. Anyway, what most people don't realize is the asymmetry between daddy issues and what females label as mommy issues. Okay? I want you guys to listen closely because I'm about to drop some solid fucking gold on you guys. Listen closely. Daddy issues can only happen when daddy isn't there. But mommy issues can only happen if the mother is there. So what this means is fairly simple. When raising children on their own, single mothers are as detrimental, if not more detrimental, to their children because of their presence as the absence of a father is to their children. Let me repeat that. When raising children on their own, single mothers are as detrimental, if not more detrimental, to their children because of their presence as the absence of a father is to their children. In other words, single mothers are damaging their kids because they're around as absentee fathers are to their kids because they're not around. Daddy issues happen because daddy's not there. Girls don't have daddy issues when there's a daddy present. Even if they have a weak father, at least he's there. Girls with weak fathers almost never have daddy issues unless daddy's not paying attention to her at all. Not gonna have daddy issues. She'll be a slut because he's a weak father. She's not gonna have daddy issues. Daddy issues almost never occur in females when there is a father present and active in her upbringing. Mommy issue happens because mommy's around. And we all know what happens with the children of single mothers. Single mothers raise effeminate men who pedestalize women and trust women more than they trust men. And men who trust women more than men, that makes them dangerous to the male population. There is nothing more dangerous to men than a man who trusts females more than he trusts men. Take that to the fucking bank. Believe that. If you know someone who trusts women more than he trusts men, stay away from that dude. He is dangerous to your health. Physically, mentally, emotionally, all that. Single mothers also raise criminals. 85% of men in prison raised by single mothers. But we didn't need a statistic to tell us that. We can just live life and see the difference between boys who are raised by single mothers and boys who are not. And I don't want to hear about, well, I know a man raised by a single mother who is very successful and masculine and lives a great life. You know what? So do I. I was raised by a single mother, at least in part. You want to know who else was raised by a single mother successful? LeBron James. A lot of men are successful even though they were raised by single mothers. But we are all the exceptions to the rule. And as we all know, the exception does not make the rule. Far more men are damaged beyond repair because of their single mothers, because of their single mothers, and there are a shitload more men who are unsuccessful than men who are successful in spite of being raised by a single mother. A man is never successful because of a single mother. He is successful in spite of her. There is a big, big difference. Big thanks to Freelance Ronan with the $5 super chat, says you are preaching, brother. Appreciate that, Freelance. Now, as far as daughters go, single mothers raise slutty daughters. This is no secret. Sluts raise sluts, guys. And the daughters of single mothers usually end up becoming single mothers. Unless, of course, they have abortions, and even then they still up shitting out a couple of bastards before they turn 20. But when you remove one or the other, when you remove the father or the mother, mothers fuck up their kids, and the proof is all around us. So when a man who is raised by a single mother has trouble with women because he worships them too much, or he ends up as a mama's boy, or if he hates women because he harbors resentment for his mothers, those aren't mommy issues, guys. That's called single momitis. Because if a man really did have mommy issues, they'd have problems in their life because of the absence of his mother, not her presence. Gentlemen, fathers are so important to both boys and girls that their absence literally implodes their children. Their daughters end up as strippers with 3 kids who hate men and never met a dick she didn't like because of daddy issues. Right? Men become, listen, the sons of fatherless homes end up as criminals. Some of them end up confused about their sexuality, and they genuinely hate women because of single momitis. Guys, this whole quote single, or this whole quote mommy issues thing, this is the typical inverse projection in that women attempt to give themselves the same importance as men within the context of raising children alone by simply replacing daddy with mommy. It is literally the same as calling men fuckboys because we call them sluts. There's no such thing as a fuckboy, guys, but everybody knows a slut when they see one. Just like they know mommy issues is a way of coping with the fact that they simply do not matter as much as men do. So this is their way of fighting back and to help them sleep at night. But deep down inside, they all know what they coined as mommy issues isn't even the same animal as daddy issues. There are no parallels. They are polar opposites of one another, guys. This is why men who have issues with their mothers live much better lives than females who have daddy issues. And that's a fact. These aren't mommy issues. This is called the curse of the single mother. When we come back, I will be joined by 21 Convention speaker Texas Dom. Stay right where you are, gentlemen. We'll be right back.
But I can't see all
Welcome back to the 437th edition of TSR Live. It is Monday, April 15th, 2019. Good to have you guys in on a Monday. Hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend. Performing, of course, you guys know about the Phoenix, or not the Phoenix Velocity. That was the failsafe on that video. The failsafe, big time friends of the show. They're going to be performing live at the Nomad in Minneapolis this Saturday, which is April 20th. Tickets are available at the door. For more information, go to wearethefailsafe.com. Shout out to Jesse, Kieran, Kaio, and Chad. They are as good as they come. And listen, to be quite honest with you, I'm not trying to toot their horn. These guys are fucking talented. They might go mainstream in the not too distant future, at which point they might have to disassociate themselves from me because, oh my God, you know Donovan Sharpe, we're not going to buy your CDs or whatever. And I've had a conversation with Jesse. I actually alerted him. I'm like, look, dude, like at some point you might have to disassociate with yourself. Listen, if you got to trash me, that's cool. You and I are totally cool. So that's all good. If you like what you hear, if you get something out of the show and you want to contribute, you can do that one of two ways. You can do that through my Streamlabs link, www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe on the number 1, or you can donate via Super Chat. Gentlemen, send me your show ideas. Let me know what your show requests are and what you want me to talk about. If you come across an article, a blog post, a video, something on social media, anything and everything Red Pill related, send them all to tsr@donovansharpe.com. Again, that's tsr@donovansharpe.com. You guys drive the bus here. Never, ever forget that. This show does not exist without you. I'm not going to talk about things you guys don't want me to talk about. tsr@donovansharpe.com. If there's something you want me to talk about that is Red Pill related, send me everything. You can never send too much. Okay, my guest today is alumni speaker at the 21 Convention, Texas Dom. He's been married for over 30 years, so he knows a thing or seven about keeping a woman in line. He is also a bona fide Dom, as in dominant submissive relationships, or Dom sub for short. He occasionally makes appearances as a panelist on the Red Man Group. You can follow him on Twitter at Texas Dom. Visit his website, texasdom.com. Tex will also be speaking at the 21 Convention Patriarch Edition next month, and I'm looking forward to shaking hands with him again. Tex, welcome to the show, man. And listen, again, thanks for making time for us today, man. I really, really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me on. You're fantastic.
Well, I first met you at the 21 Convention in Orlando last October, and the first thing that struck me was how fucking tall you are. Like, what are you, like 6'4", 6'5", something like that?
Yeah, like 6'5", 230.
Jesus Christ. So you're 6'5", 230. Well, you know what? Actually, tell us this. Tell us how you found the Red Pill. Give us, sort of the Reader's Digest version of your origin story. How'd you find this community?
Yeah, well, it's Ryan called it the Batman origin story. Things were been married a long time. One of us really wanted to get away from each other, but it was just wasn't working. And finally, at the end of the day, she kind of came to me and said this stuff called dominance and submission. And she goes, "I think I'd like to try it. It sounds like a lot of great sex. I'm on board, right? Let's get into this thing." And then I came to discover a lot of the stuff that I'd already been doing in my life I started, more looking over the internet, trying to, figure out more about this particular lifestyle, and then I stumbled across men's issues, stuff. Eventually, I stumbled on the Alpha. Hunter had mentioned in one of his articles a term about a red pill in a subreddit.
Okay.
And it was like, that's it, man. Let's go figure it out.
That was all she wrote. A lot of times when you first discover the Red Pill, you go through the gluttony phase. Every few seconds, you're going to the Red Pill subreddit. You're going to Rouge Fee, Return of Kings, DonovanSharpe.com, The Rational Male, et cetera, et cetera. How far in did you jump? And when you first discovered the Red Pill, did you jump in, or was there some hesitation?
Now, I had some people that I conversed with quite heavily that were in the almost like a dominance group that were, chatting amongst, talking about these ideas and such. And the Red Pill got a lot of negativity early on. You don't want to do, these guys were all women haters and this, that, and the other.
Right.
I like this Hunter guy. This guy is right what he's talking about. Let's go see what he's referring to. I didn't really hit it off on the subreddit. It just really wasn't my cup of tea. There was a lot of people movies, and I didn't have anything to add. I got sidebar material. Nor Mr. Nice Guy.
Right.
When I say no, I feel guilty, and then the rational male. All these things started to hit me. And the risk is with the whole dominant submissive role. I mean, they're tightly intertwined. I mean, being a dominant is really the ultimate keeping your own frame.
Let me. I'm actually getting some comments in here in the chat. Looks like you're breaking up a little bit. Is there any change you can make as far as your connection is concerned, or are we good to go?
Yeah, I feel like we've got a little bit of lag going as well. I can try to log out and log back.
Okay, yeah, give it a shot. I'll bring you right back, man.
Thank you.
All right, so Texas Dom is going to he's going to log out and log back in. Again, I've got him for about 20 minutes. But one thing that he talks about that I agree with 100% in terms of the Dom sub lifestyle, there are a lot of, listen, the Dom sub lifestyle is the red pill lifestyle. You dominate a female sexually and she submits to you sexually. This is the natural state of things. This is the way women want it. Women want it this way. They want to be physically and sexually dominated. And it's interesting. I don't know. That actually begs the question. I mean, how many guys who are into the Dom sub lifestyle have red pill awareness, right? And of those people who are into the Dom sub lifestyle have that red pill awareness, how many of them discovered it and how many of them just naturally have it? All right, we got Texas Dom back. Let's see if his connection is any better. You certainly look better.
How are we doing?
Yeah. Looks like we're looking and sounding a little bit better. Something we both have in common, just off the topic here quickly, is that we both used to be fat asses, right? So quickly tell my audience, tell my audience how you went from being overweight to where you are now.
Well, I mean, like a lot of guys, they start to wake up when they think their marriage is going to end. And so I started working out. I said, I looked in the mirror, the classic line about, would you fuck you? No. And so, next thing went to next. And somebody I like a lot, a friend of mine was losing weight on this P90X stuff. And I was like, I can do this crap. And so I'm sitting in my living room, bouncing around and doing cardio and, just strength stuff. One thing led to another. I started losing weight and it started working well. And then my girl started to notice, right? A little dread starts to creep in. Now, we weren't getting along that great. She was making fun of the things that I was doing. But next thing you know, she's starting to take a little better care of herself as well. So that one thing led to another. And then, once I discovered the manosphere and Twitter and that kind of thing, it was just, Katie by the door at that point. Intermittent fasting is a great tool.
Yes.
And just exercise. Even, I'm 57. And so, you can't work out like you did when you were 20 or 30, but you can still work out. There's no excuse not to.
Absolutely. Let's jump back to the red pill. I actually asked a question while you were resetting everything. And by the way, you look better. You sound much better. How many guys, obviously you're very intertwined in the Dom sub community. In your opinion, how many of the men and women who live the Dom sub lifestyle have red pill awareness? And of the people that have red pill awareness, how many of them do you think naturally have it because of the Dom sub lifestyle? How many people do you think, or what percentage of people do you think maybe discovered the red pill that led them maybe to the Dom sub lifestyle?
I think it's minimal. I think it's absolutely minimal.
Wow.
No, really, I do not think that this is a red pill community overall. Now, there are a lot of men in this community that I would say have red pill attitudes, this, that, and the other, and they're very red pill in how they treat their relationships. But to say that they would have read any of the sidebar material, be aware of any of these books, anything that Rollo's done, watch Red Man Group. I mean, these guys are in their whole bubble, man. It's an isolated bubble.
Yeah, it really is. It really surprises me because the Dom sub lifestyle is by default a red pill relationship, right? Like the man dominates, the woman submits.
Yes, I agree. There's a lot more depth to it in a lot of these relationships.
Right.
And of course, on the flip side, you see things sometimes you don't want to see. You see the guy who's a submissive and the woman who's a dominant. And they're doing their thing in dungeons and whatnot. It's not my cup of tea, right? I just like to shake my head a little bit, but It's their cup of tea. So I try not to judge, right? I mean, people are happy and they're doing their own thing. However, a true man that's in a dominant position in a relationship, and not just, role playing
right,
or that kind of thing, he's very red pilled in his own world. She is living in his frame. Now, would he call himself red pill? He wouldn't understand the term.
Right.
But for you and I looking back into it, we would say, yeah, he's red pilled as hell. No doubt.
That's interesting. What do you think? Now, listen, you're on the Sharpe reality, right? And listen, I'm a judgmental fuck. This is how it is. What do you, Tex? What do you think of guys who are subs? Like, again, the idea to me of a dominatrix, that's an oxymoron wrapped in a misnomer. I can't really imagine a dominant female in any regard, especially not sexually. So, I mean, is it something that he likes? Is it something that he thinks he likes? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
From what I've seen, it's you get back to what's been going on in society overall anyway. There's a lot of men that are being raised by single moms.
Yep.
They don't know any better. They're supposed to be nice guys. They're being raised and they're naturally baited by their conditioning at school, by their conditioning at home. There's no dad in the I'm throwing this big macro level thing at it, right?
Sure.
But what I see is this is just their thing. They're very passive. They like to be told what to do. Apparently, the kinky part of it rocks their world, and it's like, you know what? If they're happy, who am I at this point? I'm like, I just don't give a shit. I don't really have much to say because I just don't deal with them.
Listen, that makes all the sense in the world for me. In terms of me being a sub, listen, I'm like you. That's not my cup of tea. Like, I'm not here for that. Let me ask you this, Tex. How does the dom sub lifestyle, how does it work with your marriage? Because a lot of people think, okay, Tex is in a dom sub relationship, which means there's only dom sub activity going on in the bedroom. In a dom sub relationship, and you're married, is there a dominant submission aspect that happens outside of the bedroom?
Yeah, you're either bedroom only or 24/7.
Okay.
If you identify with this lifestyle, and there's a lot of bedroom only people. They get in the bedroom, they get their kink on, they tie her up, they do things with her, they fuck her, crazy and all that.
Right.
And that's it. And once they walk out of that bedroom, it's kids.
Turns right into a bitch.
Yeah, she's got to get back into the real world. What we found early on was that extending it past the bedroom just seemed a whole much more of a natural fit.
Okay.
I lead, she follows, and she's happiest because she follows.
Right.
She's run a major company here in town. She's made a lot of money. She's been a contributor to our marriage and our financial aspects for years and years and years. She was never happy having to be in that role, but she thought she had to be in that role because every other bitch in town expects her to work, expects her to do all these things. She's happiest, honest to God. I mean, right now, she's in the backyard, laying out on the lounger in a bathing suit in the sun. She's been working in the garden earlier. She's reading the freaking Game of Thrones magazine or something, and she's happy as hell.
Right.
And I love it because I can guarantee you there's going to be lunch made for me later when I walk off of this thing. There's things around the house that get done because she wants to do them, because she wants to do nice things for me. And most women out there will say they saw 50 Shades of Grey or some crap like that. And 50 Shades of Grey is not very indicative of what this lifestyle is all about at all. You get the little kinky part, this, that, and the other. We all got to watch it, get her ass beat, that kind of thing. It's not what it's all about. It honestly isn't. And people get all fucked up about that. And women think, oh, I'm going to get my ass beat. I'm going to be a doormat. I'm going to lose my personality. I'm not going to be the person that I think I am. And, they get all wrapped up in this thing, and they get outside of their own heads, and they can't reel it back in. No, you find a woman that truly is happy just to be here. She's living in my frame. She wants to do nice things for me. She wants to take care of our family in her way. I take care of our family my way. Just be a man. That's it. And that's what she wants. She wants a man to be a man because there's so many men out there right now that ain't being men. I mean, they're just running around trying to be other women.
Listen, I think that's why a lot of women respond very well to, how can I put this? To bad behavior by men. A man who curses, like a man who's abusive to a female. One of the reasons I believe she sticks around is because that's the only masculinity she's ever really experienced in her life. Even though physical abuse at the hands of a man is not healthy for anybody, she sticks around because that's the only masculinity that she experiences, unfortunately for her. And the reason is is for the exact reason you just point out. Men aren't masculine anymore. Men act like women and women act like men.
Yeah, this is you talk about abuse. There's a lot of people out there that think that the dom sub life is abuse.
Right.
They think that women are being abused, and it's not. I mean, it's completely. There's three words in this community. Safe, sane, consensual. We do this because we want to live this way.
Right.
If things ain't working, she can hit the door anytime she wants.
Right.
Same with me, though. And we both live under that reality that either one of us can pull the plug and walk away, and we don't want to. But you always have to be a little careful of talking about it in public because, people will look at her, look at me, they'll think something's wrong with her, wrong with us.
Right.
Next thing you know, we've got, we live in a small town, right? So try to keep that thing under wraps.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You actually mentioned one of the myths of the dom sub lifestyle. A lot of people say, females who are in the dom sub relationship, they're being abused. What are some other myths that you would like to dispel about the dom sub lifestyle? What are some things that people think about a true dom sub lifestyle relationship marriage that just isn't true?
I think they almost assign an aspect of slavery to the woman.
Wow.
Like she is the total slave. She can't do anything she wants to do. She has to ask permission for everything.
Dog collar around the house and all that.
But see, there's people out there that would tell you there's one way of doing this. This is how you have to do it. I got pat. And there's not, right? Two people can get together in a relationship and say, okay, this is something we agree we want to do. These are the rules we want to have in our lives, that kind of thing. We want to try to make this work for us. And so there's really no way of doing it. But I mean, there's people that if my girl told them, oh yeah, I'm a submissive and this, that, and the other, they would look at her like, she had taken the crucifix and dipped it in the urine and, did artwork with it or
like
some shit, right?
Fit, right?
I mean, it's and people think it's all about the kink. And honest to God, the bedroom stuff is amazing. It's awesome. But see, the key there is both people are into it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
These guys that have, bad sex with their wife, starfish sex where, once a month she lays out and they get the little, pop off and that's it. But when both of them are connected and into it, it's freaking amazing. But I'm telling you, it's just the cherry on top. I mean, it's just the icing on the cake because everything else is going so smooth from morning to night. Everything, I mean, you start to gel with this person to the point that you're happy to be with them. You wake up, you're happy. You go to bed, you're happy. And it's like, okay, life's going to throw shit at us, but we can deal with that. Everybody else is on the outside, we're on the inside, kind of thing.
I think that living that 24/7 dom sub lifestyle, I think that you guys can seamlessly transition to the bedroom and out of the bedroom. I think, and again, I've never been in a 24/7 dom sub lifestyle, but in my opinion, I would like to think, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, being in a 24/7 dom sub lifestyle kind of makes things seamless as far as sexual and non-sexual activities. Am I wrong?
No, you know your roles, and your roles don't shift when you walk outside of the bedroom.
Right. Okay.
This is just who we are. This is what we do. And I mean, if you come home from a long trip, and I can text her, let her know when I'm coming home, and she'll be by the front door on her knees, naked, with her arms stretched out,
there you go,
forehead touching the floor. I mean, that kind of stuff rocks my world.
Right.
That's the proper way to get welcomed home. Most guys are girls watching TV, and maybe the dog might wag his tail. That's not. And wait, and full disclosure, that was my life. We had this little wiener dog. He used to laugh. At least the dog was happy to see me when I came home. My kids laugh about it to this day, but it's just the way it is.
Listen, you and again, this is another question, right? A lot of guys watching are like, okay, I would love to be able to physically dominate my woman in bed. I want the 24/7 dom sub lifestyle. I want my wife, my girlfriend, on her knees, naked at the door, wagging her ass like a dog. Happy to see his owner. So for guys thinking about this lifestyle, a lot of them ask, okay, I think I want to be in this lifestyle. Where should they start? What's the first thing that they should do to decide whether or not the dom sub lifestyle is right for them, whether it's just in the bedroom or 24/7?
I would say, first of all, are you a man in your own home?
Ooh,
are you the man?
Shit.
Are you the man in your house? I mean, are you? And if you're not, that's where you start. Because if you want her to want to submit to you, trust me, no one's going to submit to you unless they want to. It's not easy for them. But if you don't have your shit together right off the bat, that's step one. Step two is to start talking about things. I think like you can start talking about nostalgia stuff, how it used to be, how grandma and grandpa lived, how they were happy, and grandpa went out and brought home the bacon and grandma fried it up and everybody was happy. And you start getting that's what we did. We wandered down that nostalgia trail and talked about how happy our grandparents always were. And I think that's one way. And then you can almost approach, so, maybe we should live like they did. Let me try that for a while.
Okay.
And now you're not threatening. You're not going out and buying fucking floggers and cuffs and leather and all this kind of crap, right?
At least not yet, right?
Maybe, right? But and you can start. The other thing is, along those lines of being a man, when you do get to make love to your wife, make love to your wife like it's the last time you're ever going to fuck her.
There you go.
And I mean, I know we're on YouTube, right? So if I get censored for this, but
you don't have to censor anything, man. Don't worry about it.
But the bottom line is that women will tell you all day long, because they raise sons, or single moms. They got the sons. Be the nice guy. Be the nice guy. Be gentle. Hell, I'm 230. My wife's maybe $110. And I'm worried about crushing her years ago. Like, I want to hurt her, right? You're not going to hurt her, right? She's got a baby pops out of that thing, right? I mean, she's built for fucking action, right?
Right.
That's the way we were designed. So I think the thing is that, be vocal in the bedroom, know what you want, tell her what you want to do, and then praise her when she does what you want her to do.
Yes.
And it's not just good girl. I had a post on Twitter the other day about praising your girl for the little things. Like, she fixes my sock drawer or something. I just tell her, hey, I really like what you did there.
Right.
And I know it's a small, subtle thing, but it's feedback.
Goes a long way, man.
That she's doing it right. And guess who blew up my Twitter feed? It was all women.
No, of course. It's so funny. Go ahead.
But they were all women who identify with submissiveness.
Oh, so it's in a good way. So the bitches blew up.
So,
wow. I'm thinking they're like talking shit about you, but they're like, yeah, this is what it is.
Well, yeah, there were a couple that talk shit about me. I just blocked them, but
of course, good.
The reality of it is, if the right man comes along, the woman will submit.
You better believe it.
And that's the.
Listen, you mentioned something that's very, very important. Submissiveness. A woman doesn't submit if she doesn't want to. Okay. Right. Listen, man. The dom sub lifestyle, or just being a dominant male to a woman. This isn't gun to your head dominance. I'm not locking her in a cage. She's not submissive because she wants to be. She's not submissive because I whip her every day. No. A submissive female will submit to the right man, and what she's doing here, Tex, is she is relinquishing control willingly. She is giving you that control. This is why trust between you and your female is absolutely paramount. If she doesn't trust you, Tex, she's not going to submit. What say you?
Now, we call this a total power exchange.
Okay.
And people have a hard time wrapping their mind around it, but it truly is. But that takes a hell of a lot of trust, right? And so you've got to have great communication. You've got to have great trust. There's an old book out called Love and Respect. It's kind of blue-pilled and certain, written by a minister and all that. But the premise of it is good. Women want to be loved, men want to be respected. And if you can kind of follow that, it's almost like a blueprint for how to start a DS life.
How about that? Wow.
But I'm telling you, man, it's a good book. It really is, and it's biblical based. And so, I mean, good Lord, if you read back in the Bible and you read some of these
that's right. The Bible's red pill as fuck.
Going on for 1,000 years, So I mean, it's out there. Not sure where we're headed with this. I'm off on a tangent.
No, that's cool. I actually have a very good comment here by somebody in the commenter. D. Weeze says most women low key want to submit, but their egos get involved. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, their egos get involved, but they also don't have. I'm telling you, man, they've seen their man screw up over and over and over again.
Yep.
And so now, all of a sudden, he's asking for her to give him all of her keys to the kingdom. And here we go. Give it to me. I'm going to take care of all of us. And she's like, I've seen this guy fail before. Or now the ego part, I don't know. That might just be the feminist trappings that have been pounding into their heads for the last 40 years, telling them, you can't do this. You have to be equal. You have to be equal. Not all women want to be equal, and not all women are going to allow themselves to be shamed because they want to stay home and take care of the kids. They want to make dinner.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. As we round third and head for home here, Tex, tell us about how you were introduced to Anthony Johnson at the 21 convention, because this is interesting. You came out of nowhere, literally, and I remember the very first time, the very first time I met you was on a panel on the Red Man Group, and I was like, holy shit, this guy really not only do you know your shit about guitars and guns, this guy knows his shit about dominance and submission, right? So how did you link up with the Red Man Group, and how did you become involved with the 21 convention?
I honestly wish I knew. I think I started following, I think October of 2017, the 21 Con was going on, and I had not couldn't work out work to get there. And I was watching it unfold on Twitter and the comments and the photos and the guys, all the good bullshit that was going on.
Right.
I was like, man, I got to be here next year. And then I guess I was talking about some stuff on 21. Anthony popped back a couple of comments, and next thing you know, he and I started talking a little bit. And then I think when it came time for him to fill out the lineup last year in October, I think getting me on Redman Group was probably an audition. Let's see if this guy is a real deal or not before I bring him into this thing. And then I think I got a pretty good recommendation from Hunter as well, because Hunter and I talk all the time. So
speaking of Hunter, he is the keynote speaker at the 21 Convention Patriarch Edition, which is going to be held in Orlando next month from May the 3rd until May the 5th. As far as now your Red Pill story is very interesting. You are a father. This is why you're going to be at the 21 Convention Patriarch Edition. You have a very interesting story because most men want to red pill their fathers. You are one of the few fathers who has red pilled. I think you're now 28, 29-year-old son.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, tell us that story, man.
Yeah,
How did that happen?
Once I got my act together here at home, it started to rub off on him a little bit.
There you go.
Started seeing it. We started talking. And, we fish a lot. And so there's no greater time to talk to your son than be on a boat fishing.
Okay.
I mean, it's just you and him in the water. And we started this off by having leadership conversations. I called them leadership talks.
Okay.
I didn't call them red pill. I didn't call them this. I just kind of started talking to him about
Very
taking the
nice,
lead.
Tex. Very nice. I like the vernacular. You can't go in and call it red pill. You got to label it something else.
Well, I mean, let's not throw him to the sharks just yet. But he's in a sort of a questionable relationship. And he didn't set the relationship up right from the get-go.
Okay.
He's a great man. I am thrilled to death at the son we produce. No ifs, ands, or buts. But eventually, he get where every other guy gets. The relationship is crumbling. He's fucking pulling his hair out, and I'm watching it happen. And I reached around. I always have at least 3 copies of The Rational Male on my bookshelf.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I'm probably roll his biggest customers because I'll buy them 5 and 10 at a time. But I give them away. I mean, they're cheap, man. They're like $10.
Yeah, right. They don't cost anything.
I handed him the book, and I said, "Start reading this, and let's talk." And he came back, and he was like, "Holy fuck, is this real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm afraid it is. And I'm afraid I failed you by not preparing you for this 20 years ago."
Wow.
And I was that blue-pilled guy, didn't know it. I used to hunt and fish, man, all this kind of stuff. And gradually I started giving up my hobbies and started giving all these things up. And I just became that guy who was waiting to die. And, my wife wasn't fucking me. I wasn't happy. She wasn't happy. And I'm like, here, I got these 2 kids. I'm trying to make this whole thing work. And I realized now, looking back, I'm glad we stuck together. I really am. I just wish there had been some better years. I wish I had gotten red pilled about age 30, 32.
Right.
Life would have been significantly different for
That's actually when I got red pilled.
Yeah, I brought him with me to 21 Con in October. It was great, right? And so I got through with my talk, and he's since then has understood that we do the Dom sub thing, and even though it's his mom, we don't talk about too much craziness, but at the end, when we were doing question and answer at 21, you're on stage. If you're on stage, you can't see anybody. All you hear is his voices coming out of the blue.
Dude, you're blind up there.
And I hear his voice on the mic, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go. This is gonna be good. And he's like, how'd you guys keep this hidden so well? You're like kinky ninjas or something.
I remember that. He was like, yeah, the questions and everything, dude. Listen, to me, that was one of the funniest times at the 21 Convention when he was like, Dad, like, what the fuck? Like, I never knew this until just now. Like, how did you do this?
Well, he knew what he was going to hear in this talk, right?
Oh, okay, all right.
I already prepared him because one of his newer girlfriends was kind of kinky. He was asking me some questions about it and that kind of thing. But I'm just saying I wouldn't have blindsided him in front of several hundred men. I wouldn't have done that. But he was definitely screwing with me, right? So,
of course.
First guy I have to ask a question.
Listen, I'm sure you guys probably talked about that plenty on the boat. Listen, Tex, this has been a great segment, man. Thank you very much for making time for us today. And listen, man, you are welcome on the show anytime. And actually, it's because of you that I'm now multicasting. I'm back to streaming on both YouTube channels, both Facebook pages, and Twitter. So hopefully that's going to broaden the audience. It was because of you that I decided, all right, let me see if I can figure out a workaround for this. Lo and behold, it worked, man. So I appreciate your guidance and wisdom, man.
Yeah, your new studio is looking killer.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Good.
Thank you. He is Texas Dom again. You guys can follow him on Twitter at Texas Dom. Let's see. His website is texasdom.com. I didn't know that you had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I started YouTube. I've got an email list. You know, what the hell? Everybody else has got one.
Hey, listen, man. You just got to jump on the train,
I love
right?
it. Well, no, you hit the nail on the head earlier. I mean, there at some point we're all going to get deplatformed. It's coming.
Right. It's coming.
I mean, it's
coming.
just a question of when.
Nope, I agree.
Yeah, so,
and listen, if you want to know how to not get deplatformed, but if you want to know how to create your own platform so that you can't deplatform, get deplatformed, dude, give me a call. We'll talk, man. I've already got things in place to make sure that I can keep my audience and be able to talk about what I want to talk about I actually literally created my own broadcasting platform that nobody can take away from me. The reason I'm on YouTube is because YouTube is it's the fastest and best way to grow, but in the event that I get deplatformed, and I think eventually I will, I do have alternatives. I do have alternatives. So if you ever get as big as I'm not even really that big, but if you ever get a sizable audience and you want to know, hey, Donovan, if I get deplatformed, I need to have a game plan. I'm your guy, man.
Right on. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. He is Texas Dom. Guys, be sure to follow him. And again, if he's ever on the Redman group, we actually got to get you on the Redman group at some point soon, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're doing the Thursday night patriarchy editions every other Thursday night.
Very good.
Been on a few of those as well. So yeah, check it out, guys.
Excellent. Coming up next on TSR Live, I'm going to break down the second chance video where a woman hires another woman to seduce her boyfriend, and the shit hits the fan. We'll be right back. Let's drive this point home and talk about the six reasons men should never, ever get married, specifically American women. Let's go ahead and get started here. Number one, she stops trying. It's in a person's nature to take their foot off the proverbial gas pedal once they've accomplished their goals. If a guy wants to get down to 3% body fat, and he does it, he might slip up and shoot back up to 15% because the motivation isn't the same. He's already reached the pinnacle. A rapper may grind for years. He may finally get a record deal, drop the hottest rap album in 2 decades. He gets a little money, he gets some fame, some success, and the follow-up albums may not be as good because he's not as hungry as he was when he was laying down tracks every day after work in a broke-down studio he was paying $13 an hour to use after he worked a 12-hour shift. The hunger, the drive, the grind isn't the same. This happens to people in all walks of life. It happens to women at a much higher rate, and it always happens after she walks down the aisle. If you get married, gentlemen, she'll get fat. She's not going to suck your dick anymore. She gets a bitchy attitude, and before you know it, you're only fucking her once a month because she told you she'd let you fuck her if you bought her the new iPhone or whatever useless overpriced gadget she saw on TV. A woman is typically on her best behavior when she senses you might propose or when she's trying to pressure you into marrying her. She stays fit, she sucks your cock, she takes it in the ass, she wears slutty clothes for you. She's the perfect woman. But all that ends as soon as the honeymoon's over. The only trait that holds over after you get on one knee is her fitness. And the reason for that is she wants to look good in her wedding dress and in the wedding pictures. But if you pay attention, all of her behavior, all of that great behavior before you propose to her, that goes right out the door. Okay? She still looks good, but she ain't fucking and sucking anymore. She ain't cooking and cleaning. She turns into a bitch in order to plan this overpriced wedding that she's going to be planning, and we'll get into that in just a second. There is not a show called Bridezillas for nothing. This is the way these women really are. Women are like professional athletes in this regard. And let me explain here. When it's a contract year for a pro athlete, which means they're on the last year of their current deal and they're looking for a new deal, they play their asses off, guys. They show up early. They show up early to the facility. They put in extra time in the film room. They run extra wind sprints. They're a great teammate, the whole nine. They put up career numbers, so then they get that record-breaking contract. But as soon as the ink dries on that paper, do you think player X is going to do extra squats when he knows he's got a $100 million contract? You think he's going to stay at the team facility and watch film all night if he knows his $20 million salary is guaranteed that year? Yes, there are exceptions to the rule, but again, it's human nature. If you're not hungry, you're not going to eat. And women are exactly the same when they get married, except they do eat because they don't have a reason to stay thin anymore. TSR Live is brought to you by
Stairs get exchanged till the tits come out. The good girl disappeared and the nymph come out. That nigga, young niggas who they whisper about. Getting checks made out to the biz account. Count Basie and Sammy Davis, niggas in Paris. Days off in April, but no Ferris. No
TSR Live, your daily
guys
dose of
that
red
act
pill
tough.
truth, wisdom, and
Just 'cause they
awareness.
wanna rap with their sheets ain't wrapped up. I'm a
Later on
legend.
today,
In the making, I feign amazement.
I'm going to be releasing exclusive content on Patreon. The first video, or one video rather, is actually going to talk about how to recognize if a female has investable traits. And I'm actually going to, it's actually going to be called A Tale of Two Females. It's going to be it's going to be Devin versus Chrissy. Devin, of course, is my current girlfriend now. Chrissy was an extremely hot female who I thought was investable, but was not investable. And I found that out the hard way. So you definitely want to check that out. Be sure to subscribe to my Patreon. The next video is going to be the official Donovan Sharpe notch count formula. Yes, how to accurately calculate a female's notch count. That's actually from the Lost Archive. The videos that I lost when my YouTube channels got axed a little over a year ago. If you want access to this exclusive content, be sure to become a patron at patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Again, that is patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe, as I try to lower my mic here gracefully to sit back down. There we go. There we go. You can also get the audio versions of TSR Live by becoming a patron. You can listen to this on the go. You don't have to burn through your data. You can also get the condensed version of TSR Live. In other words, the version that doesn't include all of the commercial breaks, the commentary. It's just pure TSR Live, just straight to the meat and potatoes without any of the introductions or anything like that. So again, be sure to go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe if you want to get your hands on that exclusive content. Shout out to HS Lee 169 with the $5 contribution. HS Lee is a regular contributor to the tower, so I appreciate that. HS Lee with the $5 contribution. If you want to be like HS Lee 169 and contribute, you can do that through my Streamlabs link, which I'm putting in the chat right now. Streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe and the number 1. Streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe and the number 1. Okay, let's get to the next part of the show. I'm going to give BK from the Rockies a shout out because once again, he has provided us with some really, really good content. He sent me a video of a game, I guess of a TV show called Second Chance. And I guess this is about a guy and a girl who break up, but they sit down and they talk about it and they decide whether or not they want to give this thing a second chance, right? And so, listen, I've never heard of this show. I don't really watch too much TV outside of sports, but this particular episode, this was some crazy shit, right? The long and the short of it, and I'm going to play the video and break it down for you in a minute, but they're in a long-distance relationship. There was jealousy as usual. The girl hires another girl to seduce her man. The girl that was hired tells the woman that hired her that she fucks him, and then, of course, the craziness ensues. And, of course, there's a twist ending right at the end. So, let's watch while I break this down.
We did it.
I met Corbin when I was still in college. We vibed right away.
It was hard to do long distance. We wanted to make it work, but there was just too much jealousy.
Eventually, I suspected that Corbin was cheating on me, so I hired someone to seduce him.
Okay. Okay, so she hired someone to seduce him. A female hiring someone to seduce her man, that's like a man taking his girlfriend or wife to the club. You can't get mad when you take your girlfriend to the club if somebody tries to holler at her. You can't get mad if she gives her phone numbers to somebody. You can't get mad if she fucks the DJ in the bathroom because you took your girlfriend to the club. Listen, again, I've talked about this before. The difference between being jealous and being territorial, being jealous is reactive. Being territorial is proactive. Okay? Don't take your girl to the club. You keep her out of situations that can lead to infidelity. This bitch went one step further and hired another bitch to seduce her man. What the hell did you think was going to happen?
Cheating. I miss her, but I think if we can trust each other, we can really have something special. I want to see if she'll give us a second chance.
By the way, Corbin, that's a really weird way to spell your name. Clearly, I think Corbin was probably raised by a single mother, because if there was a man in Corbin's childhood, he would not have allowed the spelling of that name. Just a thought.
So are you ready to be honest and tell me that you're cheating on me?
Is that how we're going to start this off?
Yeah, that is it. We haven't talked about it yet.
I didn't cheat on you.
Listen, man, at this point, I'm thinking this nigga is totally guilty. I'm thinking this nigga totally fucked this bitch, man.
I know that you did.
And look, guys, look at the, hold on a second.
Because
Listen, she looks mad. Look at the arousal on her face at the prospect of her man sticking his dick in another chick. Never forget, gentlemen, never forget, if it pisses her off consciously, it arouses her subconsciously. Okay? Here's another axiom. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. If she really wanted to break up for good, she would not be here in the first place, right? Like, listen, again, if she had already moved on because she really believed that he cheated, she wouldn't be here. But guess what? If they're suspected, again, there is suspected cheating. Dude, she knows he cheated. So what the fuck is she doing here? Girls say all the time, if he cheats on me, I'm going to leave him. Women never leave high-value men for cheating. They also never leave high-value men for cheating with another attractive female, as you guys will see, another attractive female.
the girl you cheated with, I paid her $50 to hit on you.
Why would you pay a girl to talk to me? That's
He's like,
crazy.
what the?
You were
He's like, that's some crazy shit. But again, look at her. She's getting all flustered, clearly aroused.
horrible energy.
Oh, look at that horrible energy. Look, she wants to bang him right now.
You flirting with other girls, you eyeing other girls.
Who would I ever flirt with?
Oh my gosh, all the girls at your gym?
You're not at the gym.
Yeah. See, right there. She knows he goes to the gym. You guys are going to find out why, but she knows he has opportunity. This is what turns her on. This is all that pre-selection stuff I was talking about, guys. She knows other women want to fuck him, but she is not sure if other women are fucking him. This is why she hired someone. This is great.
On Instagram. I've seen it.
Look, on Instagram. I've seen it. Listen, hold on. Check this out. Look at the arousal on her face.
Who would I ever flirt with?
Oh my gosh, all the girls at your gym?
You're not at the gym, so how can you say I'm flirting with
Instagram.
them?
Look, right? Look at her face. She doesn't look disgusted. She looks utterly aroused. She's pissed off, but she is aroused. Oh my God, other girls are flirting with you on Instagram. There's a quick little 2-second commercial, I guess, that interrupted it when I downloaded this video, so please bear with me.
I've seen it.
Try Pantene Nutrient.
Blah, blah, blah.
You're over there liking all these girls' Instagram pictures, you're workout buddies with all these different girls at your gym, and you're literally posting thirst traps like ab pics, like,
I'm a trainer.
Oh, there it is. I'm a trainer. Male personal trainers, gentlemen, are up to their eyeballs in pussy. They're up to their eyeballs in opportunity to get pussy. This is why you never, ever hire a male personal trainer for your woman. He will fuck her and she will want him to. I have a personal trainer for Devin. I pay her $900 a month to train us both. She is a female. She is a female. Ian Camilla says she is showing skin too. Yeah. Listen, Alicia showed up to reconcile the relationship. If she wouldn't even be there in the first place. But look, she's all made up. She's got the hoop earrings in, so you know she's ready to suck dick. And that top button is not unbuttoned by accident. Don't get it twisted.
I have a fitness Instagram, so when I see other people that have fitness pages,
so you're gonna
it's
like,
called
oh,
building them up.
sexy girl, oh, whatever, you're so sexy, you're gonna like that?
It's for work. It's innocent flirting.
Bruh. And again, I'm thinking this dude is totally fucking guilty. I'm thinking game recognizes game. Dude, I'm thinking this nigga's guilty as fuck. But again, sweetie, you hired a bitch to flirt with him. So that's on you. You can't get mad at your boyfriend if you hired an attractive woman to go flirt with him and he fucks her.
We get clients to continue to make money.
What is like respectful in a relationship? Like
trusting a person and not paying somebody to see if they would cheat.
But it happened.
Not true.
You went on a
See, I'm thinking at this point, this is where he's fucking up, right? Listen, in this particular situation, they're already broken up. Listen, don't deny it. Own up to it. If y'all are broken up and she has hard evidence that you fucked another broad, Just cop to it. She'll want you even more. Now, listen, just because she wants you doesn't mean that you can ever be in a relationship with her. But if if your ex-girlfriend brings proof that you actually cheated on her, guess what, man? Cop to it. Listen, she'll fuck you. Dude, she will continue to fuck you. You can't make her your main chick. You can never make a main chick. You can never make a female your main chick again if she caught you cheating once. You can continue to fuck her, but dude, do not continue to be in a relationship with a female who catches you cheating. Never a good idea.
With this girl.
It wasn't a date.
She literally told me that you took her out to eat.
No.
Yeah, and you guys hooked up. You can't sit here and deny that.
I am denying because it's not true.
Okay.
Oh, just cop to it,
She's
bruh.
fine, and after we were working out, we got food.
Uh-oh. See, now again, I'm thinking, yo, this nigga, I'm thinking he's guilty, right? So she told him, well, you guys went out on a date. He said no, but now he's like, okay, we went out and got food. Come on, bruh. Come on.
Across the street.
That's not what she told me.
That's what I'm telling you.
She told me you guys had sex.
I'm telling you we did.
Uh-oh.
So you're saying she's lying?
I'm saying she's lying.
Let's find out from her.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, look at him now. Yeah, dude, right here, I'm like, yo, this bitch is about to really tell on his ass. I'm thinking this is it. This nigga's caught. I'm thinking, listen, I'm looking at the screen. It says, oh my God. Now we know he's caught, right? Here we go.
Paula.
Oh boy. Oh shit. Listen, this is Paula. Long hair, huge tits. She's got CSLs, otherwise known as cocksucker lips. Guys, I'm thinking he definitely fucked this broad. He definitely fucked this broad. Dude, she has much larger tits than his current girlfriend.
Can you tell him what you told me?
So I pretty much told her that he took me to this really fancy restaurant, and afterwards we went back to my place and hooked up.
And that he came on to you in the car and you guys were kissing?
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Why would you sit here and lie?
I lied because...
So you weren't telling the truth?
Oh, shit! This bitch was lying for real! Like he didn't fuck her? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I watched this the first time, again, I was like, yo, this nigga's guilty. He's a personal trainer, right? Now, listen, the girl she hired is not beautiful, okay? She's hot-ish, right? Like, she's not really naturally classically beautiful. She has big tits. She has, I guess, clear skin. She has long hair that covers up that really covers up her true sexual market value. Listen, most men would want to fuck this broad, and I'm thinking he definitely fucked this broad. But she fucking lied. I'm like, yo, listen. I couldn't believe it. Let's listen in.
I didn't think that she deserved you, so I lied.
Oh, what?
Clearly, she doesn't value the faithful, amazing man that you are. I thought, maybe I have a chance because...
So you thought you had a chance with him, so you're trying to home wreck us so that you can be with him?
Wow.
This is why bitches can never trust bitches, man. She gave this bitch $50 to try to fuck her man. But then the bitch lies and says she did so she could get with him. Again, I was shocked as shit when I first watched this. But when I thought about it for a few seconds longer, this shit didn't surprise me. This is how bitches are, man. This is how bitches are.
Thanks. She lied to my face.
And what have I been saying?
All right, well, I'm sorry for doing that and making it go that far instead of talking to you about it. When I feel like someone's pulling away, I'll just pull away too.
Negative. You didn't pull away. You hired a bitch to seduce him. Again, what they say and what they do are always two different things. Freelance Ronan says she took her money then lied. What would have even been better is if she took her money, fucked him, and then lied about it. That would have been classic.
We were long distance, and I see you liking all Instagram girls' pictures, but you were not texting me as much, not calling me.
I was working a lot.
This is called game.
I'm really sorry.
Look at this right here. Bruh, act like a man. You see this body language? This is one of them niggas who looks like an alpha, well, not now, but this is one of them niggas who is in great shape. He looks like an alpha male, but he's not. I've talked about this before. There are a lot of guys out there who look like they're alpha. They're great looking guys in great shape, but dude, Deep down inside, they're just soft-ass bitches, as indicated by this dude's body language. He literally looks like a woman who is being told, I'm sorry, by a man. You also acted like a bitch by not fucking that big-titted bitch, that big-titted broad. You should have fucked her.
I mean, I appreciate your apology. It takes a lot to apologize, especially, after all of that. I didn't fully understand, everything that was going on. But now that I do, it clearly makes sense as to why you were so upset. And it really just comes down.
Wait, what the fuck? Now you're letting her off the goddamn hook? Nah, bruh, you better make you better make that bitch work.
A communication issue.
Oh God, here we go.
And that doesn't seem like a good enough reason to throw everything that we had away.
Wait, hold on. Your woman hired another woman to seduce you. And you don't think that's grounds for dismissal? Bruh, if you tolerate that, what else are you tolerating?
I miss you so much.
Oh my God! For real? Are you serious? Guess what? If he had fucked that broad, he wouldn't miss her.
Yeah, I miss you a lot.
Oh, did you see that? He said, I miss you so much. Look at her. But listen, I'm going to go back. Look at his body language compared to hers. This is what says it all, guys. Listen, watch.
A good enough reason to throw everything that we had away. I miss you so much.
Look at this. Now look at her.
Yeah, I miss you a lot.
Yeah, she nods like, I don't really want to say this. Yeah, I miss you a lot. Oh, my God.
Oh, being awkward.
I want you to give us a second chance.
Oh my God. Look, she's laughing at this because she's like, wait a minute. You're asking me permission to give this a second chance when I hired another broad to fuck you. What the fuck? Now listen to this.
Honestly, you're so cute.
Okay, that's the first thing. Honestly, you're so cute. Gentlemen, cute is not a word you want your woman to describe you as. You don't want your woman to describe you as cute to you or anyone else. I think we know the dynamic of this relationship. I think the only reason why, and again, the only thing keeping this chick around is pre-selection. This guy's body language, his mentality, his bitchy temperament. Dude, she'd be long fucking gone if this guy wasn't a personal trainer and if he didn't have other bitches trying to get at him. That's the only reason why this woman is still with this dude. That's the only reason. Ha ha ha, you're so cute. Nah, man, that's not arousal. That's not arousal, guys.
I feel like I should be asking you for the second chance.
I feel like I should be asking for the second chance. Again, this is real fucking talk. Listen, the chick has more game than he does. She fucked up, but he's the one asking for a second chance. And again, her saying you're so cute, that is the kiss of death.
All of this bullshit.
Oh my God.
So is that a yes?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to go back. Hold up. Check it out. Oh, look at this. She can't believe. Look at her face. This right here says, I can't believe this nigga is asking me for a second chance when I'm the one that basically hired a prostitute to go fuck him. She's like, I can't believe it. Watch.
So is that a yes?
Watch this.
Yeah.
Dude, right at the beginning, she's like, are you fucking kidding me with this? Yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and say yeah.
Yeah, I want to try again.
We did it.
Oh my God, guys. All right, let me again, guys. Game recognizes game, gentlemen. And oh, by the way, get this. You don't think she's fucking somebody else too? See, this is the thing that women like to do. They like to take the spotlight off of themselves, right? He said there was too much jealousy. Now, too much jealousy could have been on both ends. He might have suspected that she was cheating. Now, she might have suspected that he was cheating. Obviously, I guess she had pretty good reason to. But hiring someone to go and fuck her man, that was a double-edged sword. Number one, to find out if he was being faithful or not, and whether he fucked her or not doesn't mean he's not cheating on her. Just because he didn't cheat with her doesn't mean he's not cheating. But number two, that diverts the attention off of her. Look at her. The girl is beautiful. You don't think she's fucking other niggas on the side too? The happiest female in the world has alpha fucks and beta bucks. She's got a boyfriend and a side nigga. That is a female that is in a, quote, happy relationship. So by hiring someone to try to fuck him, she took the spotlight off of herself. Now, I don't know that we're ever going to get an update on this couple. If we do, somebody please let me know. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if she were fucking other dudes. Real talk. Coming up, 8 female qualities, what they could mean and what they probably mean. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
In world history, feminism, guys, has quite literally destroyed heterosexual relationships between men and women. It's completely destroyed the traditional nuclear family, and it's completely destroyed both men and women. It's that bad. But there are a few ways that feminism actually benefits men. Now, these things aren't necessarily the foundation for true happiness, but given the state of the sexual climate in the United States and in the Western Hemisphere in general, these things actually work to our advantage. So I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons why feminism is actually good for men. Number 1 is the most obvious: easy sex. This is probably the best thing that feminism has to offer men in terms of what we actually want out of women. Feminism teaches girls to be sexually open and promiscuous, but it doesn't tell them about the consequences of being a slut for an extended period of time. They don't tell these girls going into college that joining a sorority and fucking every guy in a fraternity or getting a train ran on them by the basketball team will damage them physically and psychologically before the age of 25. They don't tell them that stuff. They don't tell these chicks about the dangers of STDs or unwanted pregnancies or abortions or the damage that prolonged birth control can do to their bodies. Feminism doesn't tell them they're going to be on antidepressants before they're 30 because they'll be depressed and won't know why. They don't tell them any of this stuff. They tell these girls that it's not only good to fuck a bunch of dudes in a short period of time, they tell them it's the right thing to do. I mean, think about that. They tell them that having sex with a bunch of guys makes them strong and independent. They tell them that if they're not sluts, that they will live with the regret of not having experienced life, not having seen what's out there, for not being sluts. Now, obviously, we as men, we know that that's terrible advice. So rather than trying to save these hoes, which we know is impossible, we fuck them. And because girls out here are handing out pussy like it's Halloween candy, we say trick or treat, bitches, now bend over. Now, before I found the red pill, guys, I had only fucked 18 girls to that, 18 to 20, somewhere around there to that point. But after I learned game, it was easy to fuck a bunch of bitches. But half the reason it's easy to get laid these days is because of feminism. And listen, don't get me wrong, guys. It certainly takes a level of skill and strategy to fuck pretty girls on the regular. Yes, we do get lucky every once in a while, but because it's easy for girls to get dick, they can be a lot more selective. So any man who can consistently sleep with good-looking girls definitely knows what he's doing. But most of even why the hottest girls out there are easy to fuck is because of feminism. Listen, 100 years ago, the only men who were able to fuck a bunch of women were dudes who traveled around the world, sex tourists. I think they like to call it. Well, now you don't even have to leave your own city to rack up a double-digit knot count. All you got to do is swipe right on Tinder, and you're up to your eyeballs in pussy, and that's all thanks to feminism.
Episode 437 of TSR Live. Good to have you guys in here on a Monday. If you'd like your music featured on the show, send me a few tracks. Make sure you include your stage name, the names of your tracks, your label, and where your music can be found. If you want to contribute to the show, if you like what you hear, you get something out of my content, you can do that through my Streamlabs link, www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe, and the number 1. That is streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe, and the number 1. Got an update here from BK from the Rockies. Says, looks like they're broken up. He sent the follow-up article from BuzzFeed about them to you. Guys, guess what? I'm going to break that down tomorrow. Dude, BK from the Rockies is coming up big in the content area. And again, guys, if there's anything you want me to talk about, if you see a video, a post, something on social media, send it over, man. Send it over. And again, you can never send too much. You guys drive the train. You guys drive the bus. If it were up to me, I'd talk sports all day, but that's not what most of you guys want. So I do what you guys ask me to do. That's what successful people do. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. At some point in all of our lives, gentlemen, we've had to introduce our girlfriends or women we're seeing sexually or women that we're getting serious with to our friends and family. And what we do is we hope that we get some sort of approval or blessing, right? Now, what we're also looking for is maybe a little bit of insight from the people that we trust. Maybe we're looking for something that, maybe we're looking to maybe find something they see that we don't. And the reason for that, of course, is it's much easier to observe situations from the outside in than from the inside out. So what we do is we bring her around to see if anybody can pick up on any red flags, any slut tells, or anything else that could lead to trouble down the road. Just because a man has game, gentlemen, that doesn't mean that he sees everything. Every once in a while, a few things slip through the cracks. This is just how it is. Anyway, the reason we do this is because we know that our relationships are much easier when the woman that we have chosen gets the seal of approval from the people closest to us. Listen, this is always the way it's been. People always talk about, I don't give a fuck about what my family and friends think. Okay, that may or may not be true, but trust me, your life would be easier if they gave her the stamp of approval. But looking at things the way I do, the way we do through the red pill lens, I've actually come to realize that most, if not all, of what I hear from family, friends, loved ones, etc., about their women aren't really qualities at all. Now, some of what I hear are myths. Some of what I hear are sort of exaggerated and grossly overrated qualities. And believe it or not, some of the qualities that I hear are even red flags. Now, what all of these things have in common is that most of these so-called qualities, they're fool's gold, right? They're nothing more than a delusional spin on negative traits as a coping mechanism to the reality that there really is no such thing as a quality female in this part of the world. The sad thing is, even worse than that, is that men actually believe that these qualities make her a catch and that he's lucky to have her. Oh, check her out. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, shaking your heads and thinking, all women are like that, Donovan. And you would be right, guys. You're getting no argument from me. But that doesn't mean that some females can't possess a few authentic traits that maybe increase their values as significant others. Even though they are few and far between, guys, it is very important to recognize and to cultivate honest-to-goodness qualities in your woman. On the other side of that token, you need to stay on your P's and Q's to make sure that those qualities maintain status quo and to recognize and act accordingly when and if they start to erode. This is game. This is checking your woman. It is your job as a man to hold her accountable to the high standards that attracted her to you in the first place, or that attracted you to her in the first place. So what I'm going to do, guys, I actually made a list of about 20, and I whittled my list down to 8. I'm going to give you guys 8 of the most common fake female qualities that you need to be aware of when hearing them from your friends, your relatives, your family members, etc., when describing their women, as well as from women themselves when they're trying to brag about themselves. Now, I'm going to do this 2 ways. I'm going to tell you what the quality could mean, as in the exception to the rule, and I'm going to tell you what it probably means, as in what it means 99.9% of the time. So here we go. Fake quality number 1, she's well-traveled. Now, here's what it could mean. It could mean that she's done some traveling and has been exposed to a lot of different cultures. And what this does is this gives her an appreciation for different perspectives, different ways of life, and most of all, how lucky she is to have been born in America, for better or worse. As a result, she has very interesting stories to tell, which makes for great, intelligent conversation. Here's what it probably means. She's been to a bunch of spring break destinations, right? And other party-like countries that are notorious for exploiting the sluttiness of American females. You can bet your bottom dollar that her notch count is in the triple digits if she reminisces about trips overseas, like Panama City, right? Cancun, Ibiza, places like that, where she was no doubt sucking a lot of dicks. Number 2, she's educated. Now, here's what it could mean. It could mean that your woman didn't actually attend a traditional 4-year college, but has numerous certifications in things like early childhood development, right? Because she enjoys children and she maybe hopes to start a family soon. In the meantime, she makes her living by working in a daycare center. What this does is this hones her nurturing and child-rearing skills, which have the potential to make her a good mother. Here's what it probably means. She did go to a typical 4-year college and got a useless degree that she probably earned by cheating or fucking her way to a passing grade, or likely both. She did, however, pass Sex Ed 101 with flying colors, which was taught nightly at the Alpha Chi Alpha House. Side note, classes at the Beta Phi Beta House were canceled due to continuous false rape accusations. Number 3, the third fake quality. She can cook. Here's what it could mean. She is capable of preparing proper home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She rarely, if ever, uses the microwave, and she's always trying to improve her cooking skills. Those alerts that you hear on her phone, often the recipe of the day. Here's what it probably means when a woman says she can cook. Microwave meals, box dinners that are quick and easy and prepared in minutes, and the nearest delivery restaurants, those are the extent of her culinary aptitude. On the flip side, she just loves to surprise you with her gourmet hot dogs and oven-baked, undercooked tater tots. Believe it or not, I've actually met women like this. That's what makes me laugh. Number 4, the fourth fake quality. She has a sense of humor. Now, here's what it could mean. She is self-aware and she playfully makes fun of herself. She occasionally pokes fun at you, but she does it in a flirtatious way as an excuse to maybe make physical contact with you or get your attention. Here's what it probably means. She's loud. She's brash. She's a wannabe ballbuster who thinks she's funny because chicks that she sees on TV and movies are rewarded for her mannish comedic behavior. This is also the typical projection play, right? She wants a man who calls her on her bullshit and unafraid to make fun of her, so she assumes the role herself, thinking that this particular tactic produces boners, makes her attractive to men. Number 5, the fifth fake female quality. She played hard to get. Well, here's what it could mean. She knows her value and understood that being too easy, fucking you too soon, would misrepresent her. So what did she do? She channeled her natural instincts and innocently played coy while simultaneously dropped hints that encouraged you to keep pursuing because A, she genuinely liked you, and B, she, like all women, loves being pursued and subsequently taken. Here's what it probably means when you say she played hard to get. Her responding to your text every 6 hours wasn't her playing hard to get. No. She was playing musical cocks. Gentlemen, her long response time and delayed commitment, that was a telltale sign that your game wasn't tight enough to secure a seat when the music stopped on musical cocks. She likely chose you because the guys she responded to every 30 seconds, they fucked and chucked her, and you were the only one still looking for a chair. Number 6, she never gets jealous. Now, here's what it could mean. Could mean she knows 2 things. Number 1, she is a quality female, and number 2, she's holding it down as your girl. She's kind. She's sexy. She's feminine. She's submissive. She's a woman who understands and abides by traditional sex roles, and most importantly, she keeps your balls drained. She never denies you sex. This woman is acutely aware that she is a rarity, and she is not worried about some purple-haired slut with a lip ring and a tramp stamp taking you away from her. Now, when you do flirt with other girls in front of her, remember, fellas, the game never ends. She doesn't get jealous. She gets naked. Here's what it probably means when you say she never gets jealous. You're not running dread game properly. You're not openly flirting with other girls in front of her. So she doesn't think you're going anywhere. Smart Money says she's got backup cock on standby, ready to be deployed if you continue to fail to generate the tingles that only the drama of impending infidelity can provide. Don't get it twisted, guys. Number 7. We dated for 3 months before she let me fuck her, so I know she's a good girl. Here's what it could mean. She is actually a good girl. She's a high-quality female with a very low notch count. 2 or less. Listen, anything over 2, if she's fucked 3 guys, she'll fuck 30. This is how it goes. This woman knows her value, so she doesn't give it up to just anybody, guys. She only gave up the goods when and only when she was damn sure that you weren't a beta in an alpha's clothing. In other words, one of these fake PUAs. Here's what it probably means. That she made you wait for 3 months before you fucked her. She was fucking other dudes on the side. Showing that, once again, your game didn't warrant her sexual submission. This is what you get, by the way, for paying for dates without getting the goods first. Never feed her before you fuck her. The only calories she should be consuming on your dime before you fuck her are liquid calories. The only reason why she gave up the pussy was because her friends with benefits pipeline dried up and she needed validation. Number 8. The 8th and final way, the 8th and final fake female quality, and this is one that all of us fall for. She tells me she loves me. Right? Here's what it could mean. Right? She is verbalizing genuine appreciation for a man who protects her. For a man who takes care of himself. For a man who doesn't allow himself to be emotionally manipulated by her. Guys, she's also grateful for these attributes that she can only describe that she can only describe it with those 3 magical 4-letter words. Now, you, of course, know better than to reciprocate that, often responding with, I know, or join the club, which only solidifies her feelings. Every 2 times your woman tells you she loves you, you tell her once. Sometimes go with 3 to 2. Sometimes people go with, 4 to 1. 3 to 2 is a pretty good ratio. Never emote more than she does. Here's what it probably means when she tells you she loves you. She's throwing out that beta bait, guys. You want to know why? Because she sensed your scarcity mentality and wanted to confirm her suspicions. Tossing out that beta chum, that, gentleman, is a shit test. And if you tell her you love her too, the very first time she tells you she loves you, you are finished. That's it. So there you have it, guys. A few more hidden red flags for you to look out for when you're deciding whether or not to make a girl your main chick. I'll say it again. Do not get your hopes up if you think your girl has any of these fake attributes, because chances are she probably falls under the probably category. Excellent show today, as usual, guys. My thanks goes out to Texas Dom for taking time out of his day to join the show. My thanks also goes out to my 2 super chatters. I've already forgotten who they are. I can't scroll up and see, but my thanks goes out to the 2 super chatters. Thanks to H.S. Lee for contributing the $5. And again, thank you all for tuning in live. Again, my Twitter audience, thank you. My Facebook audience, thank you. Big thanks goes out to my YouTube audience. Tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Same bad time, same bad channel. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.